Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, staring into a vast horizon. The wind is strong, the height is terrifying, and every instinct tells you to step back. Yet, deep inside, a small voice whispers, "Jump, not to fall, but to fly." That moment of hesitation, that tug of war between fear and courage, is what failure feels like. It's standing on the edge of possibility, unsure whether to retreat or leap. And most people, they step back, they walk away. But what if I told you that failure isn't the end of the road? What if failure is not a punishment, but feedback, a message from life itself, whispering, "You're close, adjust your wings and try again"? The truth is, failure is not final, it's directional. It's not a wall that blocks your way, it's a compass that redirects you towards something greater. But we can only see that if we change our perspective. The way we view failure determines whether we remain stuck in regret or rise into growth. So today, let's look at 3 powerful truths that can change the way you see failure forever. 3 lessons that can turn every fall into a rise, every setback into a stepping stone, and every no into a better next. The first truth: failure is not defeat, it's data. Think about it. Every time you fail, life gives you information. It shows you what didn't work, what needs improvement, what must change. Failure is not mocking you, it's mentoring you. But most people never get the message because they're too busy crying over the mistake instead of listening to the lesson. Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had stopped after the first, the 5th, or even the 100th failed attempt. The world might still be in darkness. What made Edison great wasn't just his invention, it was his interpretation. He saw each failure as feedback, not as evidence of inadequacy, but as proof of progress. When you try something and it doesn't go as planned, don't label yourself as a failure. Separate the event from your identity. You failed at something, but you are not a failure. There's a world of difference between those two. Failure gives you data, and data gives you direction. You wouldn't throw away a GPS because it recalculated your route. You'd follow it. That's what failure does. It recalculates your journey. Let me tell you a story. A young woman once auditioned for over 30 singing competitions. Each time she heard the same rejection: "You're good, but not good enough." It hurt. She cried, doubted herself, even thought of giving up. But one day, instead of asking, "Why me?" she asked, "What can I learn?" She took those rejections as feedback, refined her voice, improved her stage presence, and returned stronger. That woman was Lady Gaga. Today, millions sing her songs, but few know how many closed doors it took for her to find her stage. Her failures weren't signs to stop, they were instructions to grow. So the next time life says no, don't crumble. Listen, it's telling you how to build a stronger yes. The second truth: failure tests your faith in yourself. Everyone has faith when things are easy, but real faith is forged in the fire of disappointment. You discover your strength not when life applauds you, but when it tests you. Failure doesn't destroy people, doubt does. The moment you start believing you're not capable, failure wins. But if you see failure as a test of endurance, as a challenge asking, "Do you still believe in your dream when it hurts?" then you pass every time you choose to try again. Let's remember the story of Walt Disney. Before Mickey Mouse, before the empire, Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Later, his first animation studio went bankrupt. Most would have quit, convinced that maybe the critics were right. But Disney didn't see those failures as final. He saw them as feedback that he needed to dream bigger. He kept his faith in his creativity, and the world now knows his name as a symbol of magic, hope, and imagination. So I ask you, when life knocks you down, will you lose faith in your wings, or will you trust that they can still carry you higher? Every setback is a test of belief, and belief is like a muscle. It grows stronger only when challenged. The people who succeed are not those who never failed, they're those who refuse to let failure define their limits. When things fall apart, it's easy to question your worth, to think maybe you're not enough. But remember this: Diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are you. If failure doesn't shake your faith, it strengthens it. Every no is just a test of how much you believe in your yes. And that brings us to the third truth. Failure shapes your character for success. See, success without struggle is empty. It's the struggle that gives it meaning. Failure humbles you, grounds you, teaches you empathy and gratitude. It makes you wise enough to appreciate the victories when they finally arrive. Without failure, success would feel ordinary, but because of failure, it feels earned. Let me share a truth that's both simple and profound. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you're ready for. And failure is what gets you ready. It builds the emotional armor you'll need to handle the weight of success. Think of Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first television job and told she wasn't fit for TV. That very failure sculpted her into someone who understood pain, compassion, and resilience. Qualities that made her the world's most beloved talk show host. Her failure didn't break her, it built her. Sometimes failure strips away your comfort so that it can rebuild your character. It takes away what's easy to prepare you for what's extraordinary. When you lose, when you fall, when everything seems to crumble, that's when your true self emerges. Because in that silence after failure, you find your real voice. So maybe failure isn't there to punish you. Maybe it's there to prepare you. And maybe, just maybe, what you call a setback is actually your soul's way of saying, you're meant for more, keep going. Because here's the truth. Failure doesn't mean you're losing, it means you're learning. Every great story, every hero's journey, every human triumph is built on moments of defeat. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you rise with greater wisdom. So change your perspective. Stop seeing failure as something that ends your path. See it as a friend who walks beside you, whispering lessons, reshaping your journey, making you stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than before. The great Nelson Mandela once said, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." That's not just a quote, that's a mindset. The mindset that transforms fear into courage, rejection into refinement, and failure into feedback. So the next time you fail, don't hide, don't quit, stand up, look failure in the eye and say, "Thank you for the lesson, I'm coming back stronger." Because the truth is, success isn't about never falling, it's about rising every time you do. Let failure be your feedback. Let it shape you, not shatter you. Let it refine you, not define you. And when you rise, and you will, you'll realize that every mistake, every tear, every heartbreak was never there to stop you. It was there to prepare you for the greatness that's been waiting all along. So change your perspective. See failure differently. Listen to its message. And when you do, you'll find that the very thing you once feared will become the reason you fly.